African, we say, oh, these people, they're dividing us. They're racist. They are racist. Who divide us? Who? We divide ourselves.
I always remember as a kid hearing, in the Bible it says, obey your parents. But is it a signifier? Disobey my parents? What about if I have a goal I want to achieve in my life and my parents are telling me this? What about if my parents are telling me things from trauma?
A place where you pay tax, it's your land. It's your land like anyone else. Australia is the name a white person put there. You see, now mind change. When I walk, no one can tell me bull anymore, and she get us visa. So now to get visa, it's okay. It's God. So wow, it's a gift. It's a dream. See, there is no a white person who think to get a visa in Africa is a dream. The white become a different belief, but they are not enemy. As a different belief, it's a war.
Please make sure you take the time to like, share, and subscribe. Go and hit the subscribe button so we can keep giving you guys content, so you guys can be notified as soon as we drop some news and information that's really going to help you. And then another thing, guys, and by the way, subscribing, it doesn't cost any money, nothing, no dollars. Just go in there, hit the subscribe button. Again, Spotify, make sure you download our episodes on Spotify. We are exclusive to Spotify because we are getting that deal. You know what I'm saying? We're getting that $1 million deals. Yeah, I know. Okay, welcome back to the Rubasha Family Podcast. We're here for yet another episode. We're looking very sharp in our fantastic suits. Dad, it's great to have you here again. And yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Eve. And now, as I say, when you keep doing it, more confident you become, experience, the voice start coming out. So it's a good, and also because you are doing good things for the community to inspire, to motivate. And as we do that, always we keep learning and every day.
And an amazing thing, like we talked about a little bit off camera, that the things that we're talking about, we're also experiencing. We're experiencing them in our everyday lives. Challenges, blessings, whatever it is. So I think it's so amazing that we can come here and still be vulnerable, open up, share our feelings, because at the end of the day, I think one important thing is when you learn, you teach. You see Neville Goddard, a lot of these people that you admire, that you read, they were also learning these things. And for them to retain this information, you have to keep teaching. So as you're experiencing life, it's good for us to come sit down here and talk about these things, for us to keep retaining this information, and that can maybe help other people who are watching.
Yeah, so that's what makes now a difference. I told you there's still level of life of innocence, life of experience, and life of imagination. So now, when you're at the level of life of imagination, so what you talk, it's what everybody has gone through. So that's why Bible it's imagination. It's in the mind. Everything's happened how many years ago is still the same happening now. Totally. Only the things we have here, it's more technology. It's much easier to get to access it. But there's nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The mind is still the same. The mind for each person is still thinking the same. Because the mind is God. Mind is God. Each mind of billion people in the world, they are all connected together. And each mind has his own experience. See, we are in the family, we are 5. But when you look, your brothers, you've been in Australia for long, your journey is totally different.
It's true.
Everybody, the journey is different. No one can match you different because through imagination.
We could have slept near the same bed, closed, shared everything, but every brother, every person, we have completely different experiences.
Yes, your journey is totally different. No one match with other one. See, that is how life is in imagination. Because imagination is God.
Also, you said one thing that's very important that I don't want it to go over people's head. You said we're all connected. The universal mind, the subconscious mind, the God mind is all one.
Yes.
Me, you, that person on the street is all one.
Everybody.
But we get confused. We have an illusion because of maybe the body and the material that we're separate. This is one tribe. This is one other person. But if you come to the essence of everything, it's only one mind.
Yes, it's only mind. Because when you look around the world, every country, so the function on the life of the society is similar. So the people do the same job everywhere. See, you found professor, you found teachers in Africa, in every society things there. Only the different become maybe for financial or the money-wise, the income to come in. But other things is similar. And everybody, and that why is also connected is the way you go to school. You go to find somebody, you go to be your friends. Straight away connected. You go to work, you go to find somebody straight away. You go to connected. See, that's how the connection. That's how you found girlfriend. That's how you found wife. That's why you found a mate. That's why you found enemies. That's why you hate somebody think that. People think that is evil. No. Somebody you're not connected in the mind, you're not connected at all. You went in the room, somebody say, wow, he like you gel each other, you talk. And you can, sometimes you go to the room, no one talk to you. See, the problem now is when we immigrate is why we become now different. See, when you face rejection in Africa, we don't call it racism. We think it's normal because that's how mind works.
And then
but
at the same time,
in white people, when you become rejected, straight away become racism. But you remember, it's in your mind.
But in Africa, everyone looks like you, so how can it be racism?
You see, that's what I'm saying. It's a rejection. Rejection is a rejection everywhere. So see, that's where we have to understand what is our life is happening. Rejection, you could get it. See, if you get it from different background, you think it's because of your color. But when you get a rejection, people, the same color, you think, oh, that is okay, that is right. No.
Or you wouldn't call it like
yes, it doesn't make anything there. You feel, oh, it's me or something like that.
Okay.
You see, that's how it works. But that is why I say, if you put the mind of people there, you never know who's Chinese, you never know who's Indian, you never know who's thinking there. No, all they're the same.
And you also said something, even in an old episode, it's crazy because and I suggest you guys this too, but I've been rewatching some of our old episodes, and you said it in another episode. You said, you could be my brother. We're related by blood, but the mind can be totally different. And just because it's your brother, it doesn't mean, I don't know if it's like, it doesn't mean if it's on the same frequency or, yeah, like you said,
yes.
It does not mean.
So now, that's the things now I learn now. So when is it everybody, every family in the world.
Or even relatives.
So normally if you were born in the family. So we taught, somebody has taught us that when you are brothers, you become connected, you become friends. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, so because each has a different mind. But because only the connection, it's our body, it's outside, we know we are brothers. But the war or misunderstanding or every conflict is just because in the mind. So that is why you found everybody is totally different. So that is the war now between you want your brother to be like this, you want your father to be like this, you want your mother to be like this, your mother wants you to be like this, your father wants you to be like that. So that is the things you don't realize, oh, this is how it is, let's work together. See, but that's what I'm saying, sometimes people who work in the community, of course, it becomes so hard. It becomes a war, and then it becomes more disciplinary because you want that person to be who do you feel to be. See, that's how it goes, but you are totally different. So we have to learn we had to teach brothers and sisters to love each other. Because we thought, because we are brothers, or to love each other, or to be connected is automatic.
It's normal.
No, it's not normal. So you have to learn, you have to teach how to love each other, to understand each somebody, especially we can call believe. People believe differently.
But you know why that's so true? It's something that you have to learn and you have to practice.
Yes, you have to practice.
That is exactly why a brother, and the same thing like you said, it's in the Bible. A brother, sisters, they can become envious of each other. You see, because you think it's normal because we're brother and sister, how can I be jealous of my own brother? No, it doesn't work like that.
So the people, always I told you, the people who go to be jealous, the first people around you. There's no people who go to jealous outside first. The people who be jealous is from you. Sometimes you don't, when you say jealous, it's a harsh word, but that feeling, that wow, why him? See, that is, everything's there. It's the same when you're kids. Parents give one banana and then they give another one apple. So the one you give banana could be get angry, maybe wanted banana. You see, something like that. You see, those are small, those conflict, but those conflict, they are nature. See, by nature, everybody's jealous if something's happened to somebody. There's some who don't care whatever happened, who have that kind of mind, which everything is going. Those one is going, it's okay. But the war always start within.
You said that, it's so...
There's no war started outside.
It's so profound. The jealousy starts from within.
Yes.
Starts from your brother, from your sister.
Yes.
And
your mother, your parents also, they can feel jealous for their kids.
for their children. And the thing is, like, again, it's normal, or it's the human feeling to have that jealousy, or you have that,
It's
why isn't it
nature.
me? It's nature.
It's nature, yes.
But at the same time, if you don't check it, for example, when you, like you've been teaching, when you know you're a God, it's very, very difficult to be jealous, because it becomes like we're connected, we're separate. So if you're doing well, if something happens to you, it's also happened to me. We're connected. There's always abundance, but it takes practice. The same way, like you're saying, it takes practice to love another mind who not is different to you, but has a different way of maybe thinking, but you have to practice that. So even to remove, not to remove those feelings, but when you hear those thoughts of maybe, why isn't it me, but Eve, hold on, who am I? The knowledge of self, when you know who you are, that is also me. And then it brings you that feeling, because you know what you love for your brother, you love for yourself.
Yes, you see, that again is in the Bible. So, and that's why the two only commandments in the life to love each other, to not feel jealous, is to know you love yourself. You know you are God, your mind. Love yourself like nothing else, because you're only God. And then love your neighbor as yourself. That what does it mean? Love your neighbor as yourself is to enjoy what your brother or your friends get. See, and when you enjoy it in your mind, also it's good to respond within you to share what you get.
Because
but
you remember
it's practice. You. Yes, it's you. It doesn't matter who it is. Even other friends, people working.
It's me.
People working environment. We working thing there. Somebody get promoted because you're working at the same times. You have been working the same thing there. You think better than him, and then they get promoted. Straight away you get jealous. It's normal. We can go to have a beer and you have a bet. And I put $10, you put $10, I win $200. Straight away they're jealous. It's nature jealous is going to come, you know, until maybe, well, let me give you 50 or 20 so to could be able to do things there. But also I can keep it myself because, you know, it's my win. It's a nature, but those things we should work on it. So when it happens, we surprise. Oh, how can you do this to your brother? How can you do this to your man? How can you do this to your thing there? How can you do this thing there? So the reason it did, because we have in our land, we are God. Our mind is God. We are connected. As long as you learn that, they're not going to have those small issues there. But those issues, they are nature. Even sometimes it may happen in the family, even if you don't know you are God, everything there. You are happy to your brother. There's something also we have nature to be happy if somebody to be having anything there. So the people always have something like that. Always in each society, they have those people who have ambitions. There's those people who want to make it. And those children, you see them when they are young. Those ones, they have strong mind. And they start a strong mind when they're kids.
Do you think they're born with that?
Yes, that is your mind character, yes. They're born with that. See, that is why they know what they want. They keep fighting. They don't worry about father, mother, teachers, everything there. But because they're going to achieve something. All the kids, young kids who have been like that, always later they found out they have achieved something.
Every moment can present an opportunity to impress. Having high-end fragrances with you at all times can give you the opportunity to make a statement at any time. Embrace Itara. She's gonna love this. As a man, whether it's a spontaneous night out or an unexpected adventure, never compromise on freshness and style.
Don't go. Please, can I have your number?
Grab hold of the essence of Itara, your secret companion for those unplanned moments.
You smell so good. Oof.
With a scent that lingers all day long, be prepared for endless compliments.
My God, you smell nice.
Wherever your journey takes you, small in size, but mighty in fragrance, your signature scent ready to elevate your presence. Don't miss out on the Discovery Set, a collection of all our exquisite fragrances. Experience them all before committing to the full-size bottle. Visit the Itara website now and discover the world of Itara signature scent anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Especially when you look all those in American society, because most is what we see, because we can witness them. But even back home, the kids who do those kind of things, who revolt to their parents, later they become what they want to become. Because it's a war. But they have that mind. He's God. So those are people who follow their God. They don't care the people's God. Say, this is what you want to be, this is what you want to do, and you don't worry about anything else. And I was reading this biography, this girl, she's African-American, called Mill Jackson. She was a singer. So what happened, she grew up in a family which is the mother, the father, they were not good. And she didn't want to be like a musician. She had that vibe. And then what happened after the father and the mother divorced, Mill Jackson went to stay with his grandparents and outside. And she said, grandparents, he was a pastor. So you see now, that times, you see that restriction now from a pastor and the guy who want to be a musician, who want to be something there. It was not going to be easy. She ran away when she was 17. She went to New York. And she started her life by herself. From there, she became a musician. She's a very successful musician. I think she's like 78 now. Because her mind, it was telling her to do something there. And that's why when you see all these African American be successful, they work with their mind. So that is how mind work. And as people keep wondering how it happened. You see, like history in America, see, there used to be slave, and they used master slave. So the masters, they have everything. They eat well, they had everything. But the slave, they never had everything. Had medical, everything. It was hard.
When you say the master slave, it was the whites would give a black person to be in charge of. Yeah.
No, even the white themselves, they were eating everything. They have medical, they have everything. So now when you look the generation, how come now the slave children, it become more healthy, it become something different, it become master themselves? Because it was their mind. It was their mind to become strong and to live well. It doesn't mean because you live in a place where you eat everything, you're going to be healthy. No, no one knows what healthy it is. You know, maybe the one who will be eating that kind of food, you are more healthier than to eat what, you know, you call something there. But you see, to become somebody, it's your mind. Yes, especially in the sport industry, entertainment industry, even the professional industry. Your parents can tell you, don't do this, but your mind tells you that. You focus on that, you fight a war like that, and you become what you become. That is the war of mind. It's because the mind is the daily life.
And even if you think about it, maybe some of those slaves, in their mind, maybe they weren't slaves. In their mind, it's like, I'm not a slave.
Yes,
I'm a free person.
yes.
So you may look at me and your outside reality in the material world might think I'm a slave, but I'm a real person.
His mind, yes.
And that's why you saw a lot of people and a lot of famous people, the ones who ran away, who built the underground tunnels, people who are still talked about today. I may not remember certain names. People still talked about today who were famous for being able, because in their mind, they had an imagination when I'm free. I'm free. Can you imagine how powerful that is? And
Yes.
back in those days where everything is, you're beaten, you're seeing people killed in front of you every single day. But there was a few, just like the few who wake up every single day with the determination to be successful. They're in their imagination. They're playing professional tennis, playing professional athlete. There were slaves who saw themselves as free people. And a lot of them ended up becoming free because of that.
So you have to free in the mind. Yes. Freedom is not outside.
Yeah.
Freedom starts in the mind. But you see, we have to learn this until you go in this time to think with mind. Otherwise, if you don't know, you think life is just outside.
By my environment.
Yes, that's why this key learning, this self-education, it's the key. The people who invented this YouTube, this Google search, everything there, it's give you information in your hand. It is so powerful. It's so powerful to change to the world. But again, it's both. Sometimes also you can learn wrong things in it. They are also which can take you in a different direction. But you remember, everything is part of the world. Everything which is there, you have to live with people.
One thing, you know, you've been telling me all week, I want to have also an episode for the African diaspora. I want to be able to have these conversations, and exactly what we're talking about is a big thing, especially when we talked a lot about the jealousy within our communities. No, actually jealousy in general, but it is a huge thing back, especially within our cultures. Of course, it's everywhere, it's a natural thing. But I also want to talk about how the diaspora, especially Africans, how we've been fed, for example, like you're saying, by the missionaries. I'll give you an example that stood out to me when I was in the gym today. I always remember as a kid hearing, in the Bible it says, obey your parents. In the Bible, what's in the 10 Commandments? Obey your parents. You should not dishonor. As a child, I would hear that. But as you grow, you say, is it a signifier? Disobey my parents? What about if I have a goal I want to achieve in my life and my parents are telling me this? What about if my parents are telling me things from trauma? What about if my parents are telling me things, it doesn't mean they're right? And if I disobey them, is that a good thing or is it bad? It's like if my father tells me, don't go and put your hand on the stove, and I put my hand on the stove, I disobeyed him, but it's still a positive result because I learned that I can't. So
if you ban, you don't do it again.
I won't do it again. So what do you? And this goes with a lot of things within our culture. What are your thoughts on that?
So they taught us that as you see. Now when you're learning this is much easier. So the life, no matter our life, goes forward, but to learn you have to move back. So now we came here. Now we're 24 years now in Australia. See. We came in a new, different environment. Yeah? Came Rose, my wife is pregnant, Emmanuel, you is 3, Ian 6. See, it's a new environment, new culture. Sometimes they call culture, but it's a new environment of life. So, and that word call as African diaspora. You see, or any other places you come, you are a diaspora because you are coming to new place. And the good things also, it's a good things, but it's good things because it's issue financial back home or financial here or war or security. There is a lot of reasons people move to different places, and everywhere you move, the life always is going to be the same. Where the life has stayed the same, your stomach, you have to feed it. Your stomach doesn't know you are immigrant from Kenya. Your stomach doesn't know you are Australia. Your stomach doesn't know you are in the war. Your stomach doesn't even know you have a job or no. What do you have to do?
Eat.
You feed it. That's at the whole world is similar. That are the things you have in common. Your stomach doesn't know you have a job. If you're a CEO, there's time you go to eat. If you're working in a factory, you have to eat. And that's the things in common the whole world. So now we came as immigrants, we enjoy, we start life. Now what I discovered now, this different societies, see, from back home and to here. So we have been brought up to live in the community. But I can realize now the white society don't live in the community. They build individual. But as we start living in the community, so which in the community now, you have to work in the community. You have to know who eat. You have to know what is doing thing there. You have to share. So you have to obey those rules or some things in the community.
But give me an example of how we were raised. Like, give me an example of how we were raised in a community.
So like now, as when you grow up first, when you came here, it was totally different because Australia is not like that. But back home, because you also like uncles, they could come, they tell you what to do, or somebody could do things there. But because you are here, it was totally different. But back home, some people live in the community where everything starts in the community. So which is, they have to be leadership in the communities. So it's the same in the family. So in the families it's like a community. There's a father, there's a mother, and there's children. Now, in the white society, still the similar. But when you look both, the freedom and the leadership in the house is totally different. Because back is just no freedom. To obey, see, they're two different things. So obeying parents and to have freedom to say what you feel, to tell your parents what you feel is totally different. Some, as we thought, if you say what you feel, is disobeying. See, that's freedom. So now as Africans, as in our community, we don't give our kids the freedom they deserve. So the freedom we make confused with the discipline. Yes, because what you say, it's how the child has to do.
Yeah.
Even if you can lie to your children, and the children, they can know you are lying, but you keep insisting, they have to keep doing things. And that is the freedom our kids don't have compare the other.
And then you use the Bible as a reference point to say, obey. It doesn't matter what we're telling you, obey us. And it's so true because you have a lot of African children who are afraid to speak up in the home, who are afraid to say, but listen, but mom and dad, I want to be a musician. I want to be an athlete. No, you have to obey. And that obey your parents becomes into a disciplinary thing. And another thing we noticed in the community, like you say, because of that, it says in the Bible, obey your parents, the children are usually wrong. The thinking that we have is because you're the child, you have to obey me, you are wrong, I am right, you should listen to me.
Yes, but also sometimes also parents also, they have that right to choose for you because they have more experience than you. But so the question is, how do you know they are right? So that's the problem. Because now most parents, they don't have the same qualification. They don't have the same mind to raise the kids. So that is the issues. Normally, if the parents, they were right exactly to listen to their children, it will be good. But sometimes parents will be not right, will be wrong. And you remember also, everybody is vulnerable. Parents also become sick. You become a control freak. So if you control and you love the same times, it can't work. You love somebody and you want to control that person, what to be, what to wear, and then love again, it become a war. See, your daughter wear something you don't feel, and you love her, and you don't want her to go out looking like that. So that is a war. That is a conflict. Sometimes you call culture. Your son want to do something like this because you think this way, and they tell you this thing the way, and it is another war.
Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but please take the time, hit the link in the description and sign up to Alois Rubasha's new screen. You can sign up either monthly or for the year to really invest in yourself, to really cultivate your mindset, cultivate the power of who you truly are. It is all about the knowledge and power that you have with it. And it is the application of the knowledge that is going to take you far in life. This is an investment that is infinite, that has infinite amount of supply, because coming to Alois Rubasha's teachings, experiencing the Word of God, and what is the Word of God? It's about empowering yourself. That is what we're putting here for you. We're cultivating a community of like-minded individuals, for people who want to grow, for people who want to continue to cultivate that mindset of, I can do anything I put my mind to. I can go out and work on my health, work on my happiness. Nothing outside of me is going to make me happy. I can work on my love and my beauty because I have everything. I am an amazing person. You are too. So hit the link in the description. It's going to take you to sign up for your Uscreen membership today.
So the parents who already know what their children want, who are very smart to know, they read the kid, they can see their work. So that's how they push you to be what they want to do. Because sometimes also children, they've been taken away by outside. See, if parents don't put their feet sometimes up, so the children can be something. But we realize, for me, so when you try to compare community, that's how you found why these things happening then, and the life goes on, and these people, they have their freedom, and they become what they want, and then to become successful. So that is the key. Is because you are more disciplined, it's not means we are going to be successful. Other side, they are more free, and they become successful. So that is my question. Why is that? See? And what we talk about to live in a community, as I said, to live now in Australia, we are lucky because we live with Mr. Brown Church. Again, it was just church, and also which is good because we were learning. So the good things to raise the children in the church is more to put the fear in themselves. So when the kids grow in the fear, it makes it easier for the parents. See, the church in fear. God is going to punish you. God is going to do this for you. So that fear, it may give you a bit discipline. It's mind. So it's a mindset for the children. So that way, it's not lying. So when parents kill you, something like that. You see, this thing I learned now. Say, wow. See, because the children who grow up in the Christianity with that fear, it becomes different with the one who don't come from the Christianity. Yeah. The Christians, especially even us, we grow up in that fear. So that fear, it's good for the parents. It's good for the family. Until you grow up. See, that is why when you are 19 or 20, so now when you grow up, start to see reality, start to see your true life, so you can't go back to church. See, that was, you remember in our church, everybody used to come to church until is 19. But when they're 18, you can't see them in the church again.
And then the parents who you're telling you that from a child, now when you're older, they're not with you in those moments. They're not in your mind. They're not experiencing what you're going. So you've been listening and you've been led by fear to obey my parents. But now as you get older and you experience the world and maybe you realize you've been living in fear, you've been living in a state of lack. Your parents aren't there. with you.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
your
but,
own
but
mind.
it was good for that period.
For that
also.
period.
Yes.
But I also want to go, so I saw a video and he was a Mexican father and his daughter got a tattoo. Similar like what you're saying, if maybe you as a parent didn't want your daughter to wear something, the daughter got a tattoo and he had a fight with his daughter where I was going to disown her because she got a tattoo. But you see, because of the community, he was more so angry with, okay, we in the church, to get the tattoo is evil, but he also had the fear of the people around him, his brother, the sister. He said, I disowned my own daughter. But when I thought about it, it was mainly because of the environment of the other people around me, and I love my daughter. He started crying and he realized, and because he had come to that, he had brought her in. But you see, a lot of parents, this happens everywhere in the world where people disown their children.
He was like, he loved her daughter, but he not continue to control her. See?
But later.
Yeah, later. So now parents want to control and at the same time you love. And then somebody do something like that and you disown something like that. That will be happening. So that is the war, the conflict, because those parents, we don't work with our mind. You know, I remember Ian, when he was young, he didn't want to have earpiece. We could let him, but he went to do it secretly.
What was your reason?
None, it's just a cultural mind.
So you and mom had agreed, no, you're not going to get it?
Yes, until you have that certain age.
So was there a specific reason on culture?
No, I don't know if it's culture, but it doesn't resonate to us Africans to have boys with earrings when they're young. So now earrings is for women. You see, so those kind of things were the war in between the communities. So that is how, when we raise now our kids in diaspora, so that's why we say in the community. So that is the fear. If your children become like this, so you don't think your children's life, like, no, you think, oh, what do people they go to say? What do people they go to talk? What do you think there? You see, that thing you go to learn. If you have love your children, you have issue with your kids, deal with your children. Forgot about the community. Forgot about your friends, what to go to say. You see, they don't brought you here. You come here, wherever you are, you come here for yourself. But we've been disowning our children. We've been fighting our children because how our image outside in the community. That is killing parents, Eve. They kill parents. I've been that experience. When Emmanuel started doing those things there, you know, you feel, oh, what do people they go to say? What do people go to do things there? And you feel, not him, No, you're feeling outside. You see, that's why you learn the mind now. When your mind teaches you, you are God. When mind teaches you, this is your kids, this is your children, you have to love them. You have to support them. Who else is going to support your children?
No one else.
No one else.
And then what's another important thing is the same people that you're worrying about the image and that's in your environment, they're not going to be there in the relationship with you and your child. They couldn't care less. No. They have their own children. So you're disowning your child, or you're having a war within your child who you truly love because of your environment and because of the community. You know, and like that father, I watched that interview, Dad, and I was touched because he came to tears and he said, I disowned my own daughter just because she had a tattoo.
And then you see, the life is not easy. Life is a challenge. You love your children, you love your child, and there's outside society also want to have a piece of your child, and outside society is so strong, and they take away from your children. I loved Emmanuel. People take away from Emmanuel. I lose him a bit to a period of time. And that is how it works. But you see, the love is still there. Most parents, they don't keep love. They see child goes, and then they disown it. That is a mistake. My brother, my sisters, don't disown your children. no matter what it's going to do, no matter it's good there, it's too much pressure outside. You see, you have to keep that love. No matter how it goes, it could be goes for 3-4 years, keep that love, because that love is going to bring him back. But we get angry and we disown our children, no support, no anything there. That is why children even goes again and say, what kind of parents anyway you are? Never disown your children because of issues, because of behavior. You see, remember, the behavior, it's a period you are in. Yes, it's a period of times, but your children is not how he is.
And you know why this is so profound. What did we say from the start of the episode? Everything that has happened throughout history, it happens every single day. You look at the Bible. What's the story about the prodigal son in the Bible? He loves his son. Like you said, outside influences take the son. But what did he do out of all of it? He took the son back in with love.
Yes.
He didn't say, go, you wanted me dead, you took all the money, you ruined it. He took the son back in.
Yes,
that's that love.
Yes, that love. Somebody will work for you. So it's the same, like always we think God live outside in us. We disown our God because we didn't know live in our mind. So always when you start to know, wow, it's me who is God. My mind is my God. And you love it yourself. When you love your God, again you got to love as your neighbor, because your children is going to be your neighbor. You got to love him back. That's how it is. You don't disown your person you love. Is because you do that, is because you don't know you are God. And that always keep happening every day. People get angry because what their mind has told them to do. But you remember, it's the period of somebody is in. Somebody could be a period where his anger or something there. And then later the period change, you become in the state of where we are happy or something like that. So, but we don't know, and also it's hard to feel it. Until you know, you understand that's how mind works.
I think it's a very, very important message, a lot of the things that we're talking here, because it's, what is your message to the African diaspora when we're having this conversation?
Now, even it's, when you enjoy in diasporas, especially in Australia, we enjoy in the community. We say we are Africans. We came, we don't know each other, we meet each other because we're African, we become friends, we do things together, we share what we call African food, all those things there. But the life in society everywhere, it's always a challenge. And we grow, but again, because to live that communities, and always that we are also those jealous also kind in what the person does, what this person do. And when we grow up now in the community, maybe some they do, but since when we grow up, we meet our friends, we never put anything just in common we can do to share, but maybe some they're doing now. But most of the times, we don't put anything together, to working together. See, most times is a gossiping to each other's, instead to inspire each other's. So this is the thing we're going to try to bring guys, African diasporas to change. Like for me, when we grow up, we had Rwandese communities. We are not many. We form association. We used to live together. We do things together. We learn things together. We do Christmas together. Everything. We have association. We used to meet like every meeting, something there. If they have something cultural, we go to do it as Rwandan who live in a diaspora. But the way we live in, the way things have been going now, it become toxic. So it become enemies, and you wonder why we meet in the new places. We have everything. we're working, money is there, kids' education, all those things there. But we found among ourselves, especially as Africans, there is no love there. See, I wonder, there is no love. Why you can live in Australia, there is no love. Fighting between each other, fighting who want to be the leadership, fighting who will be doing things there. You see, in the African, especially Rwandese, because always when I say what I went through to live with people. They call leadership. We vote, somebody vote, the secretary, they run like a month, and then later they become enemy. People who knows each other, see? And always I wonder why. We'll be doing this now. So we are Rwandese, we are like maybe 100, maybe 200 Rwandese in Australia. We know each other because it's a small community. But look, we have like 3 associations. Because you can't form one association which you put together, which put our culture together, which you put everything together. Imagine 3 associations. It's the same, even other communities, maybe they have the same thing there. You remember even the other competition for soccer.
Yeah, African Cup.
There's 2. So always, African, we say, oh, these people, they're dividing us. They're
racist.
They are racist. Who divide us? Who? We divide ourselves. Man, we divide ourselves. Because when we came here, we don't know each other. We form community together. We work together. By a period of time, people become enemies. Guys, we have to stop it.
You said something like, you said it's become like a gossiping culture.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't have a job, it's gossip to say this, and this, because that is also if you don't have a goal where to say. So gossip is not a bad thing sometimes, because if you don't have anything to say, it's what we do. But so now in the community now, in the leadership, so is how now the issue now. You see, like now, if you have 3 associations, or this have 3 leaders, you know, and for 100 people, you don't know what they're going to do that. But now I realize it's because they don't know who we are. If you don't know who you are, you can't read the community, because the community is not easy. Community is a challenge. That's the problem we're facing between. And also, and I think now I'm here to bring the solution, to think what make this leadership happen. It can happen. Because we thought, I used to thought, because this person went to school, maybe had a degree, had something there. If he's going to be a reader, he's going to be good because he's educated. But education is not enough, you know? Or because you're older, is not enough. Because to read is something else need. And we need to do like those coaching to be reader for community. You need extra coaching. You need to learn something. My brothers, my sisters, the readers, you need to learn or have coaching. You have mentorship to learn how to govern the community, because the community is not easy. So now, that's why you see most of the times when people live in the community, it's hard. See, if you go to bring idea, so the community go together and to bring idea, that idea doesn't go anywhere, because 5 people to put them together to one idea, it's hard, because different mind, you could say one word, but every mind is going to interpret that word in different way. And that is why Africa we've been behind, because we try to be in the communities, to perform, to create something through community. No, white people, what they do? It's individual. Individual create in his mind what he want to do. And after creating it, he bring mastermind, who is going to work with him, who is agree with him, and then they build.
And then it's so true, because then
it's individual. There is no way white people working in a community.
No.
Even they say, there's a community thing there. There is no white is going to see there. There's multicultural. There is no white is going to be there, because they live individual. And they know that secret. And they know this secret to work to be successful. But the community work to distract, to delay in the project, to fight.
And then the leader, what the leader does really well is, like you're saying, in the white community, who is an individual, he does so well to what his idea is, his imagination. He then is able to communicate that so well to the minds of now other people.
Yes, so what he does, he recruits the people who are the same mind. So the people he recruit, no one is going to do anything. They go to come to build him to be able to make it.
And help that
message. And after that, the mastermind, after they build it, they market it now to the community. Yeah. That is discovered, we have been behind in Africa because of that. Even back home, the government to govern, they don't govern because they start in the group, they start in the community, nothing goes up. But here, a white start in his mind and then bring out the mind, they build. But also, sometimes also they become a division.
Yeah.
But you see, even when the vision comes, it creates another product from that. So the division doesn't go for nothing. The division create something similar. Or it could be even a competition.
Look at Steve Jobs. He started that idea, mastermind, they did it. What happened? There was a division.
Yes.
They removed him from his own company.
Yes.
You see the same thing? But, okay, the company was still running, still going, and then they brought him back in. But you see how the company had still going, the vision for Apple, his philosophies, maybe they took him out. There was a division, but he kept going. Or, like you say, it can build competitors, but the industry's run. It's still running. Even when he was gone, Apple was still running as a company.
That's what we got to learn.
Instead of just...
We got to learn to work individual first, and then you can create. And that's why we got to change. So that way I learned from this mindset. To change, you're not going to change a community. If you say you're going to change a community, you are wasting your time. So that's why I talk to people. If I can motivate or inspire a sister or a brother, one, it's enough. One is enough to make him to understand his life is more mind power. He has presence of God himself in to do whatever he wants to do. He had to be on one. And if he does, and have a family, he do the same to the family. He do the same to other. It's how it works. But if we try to change in the community, it doesn't work. And that are the things we found in a family. That were, you see, all those things you learn when you go, that we call experience. What I'm saying is by experience and knowledge, nothing to say we go to school because it's life. The family, white and African community are different. When you look what we call democracy. So in Africa, we've been struggling for democracy. The reason is that we think democracy is just to vote for the president or the prime minister, everything. We start from there. No, democracy started in the familyhood. See, the familyhood in Africa, a man is the king. A man is the leader. See, no one have freedom in the household. See, because it's one person, it's one rule, that is it. And other person who try to be free, it's a war. If something there, some who are stronger, they can. But majority, it's one person, one rule. That is how it works in the family. How about white family? No, freedom. From what they go to eat, what to go to buy cars, what to have in the house, everything there. Everything is started in the family to do for the family.
The democracy.
Yes, the democracy starts in the house. A husband doesn't wake up, oh, let me buy a car, and then come this the car. No. They work together, they think together, they act together.
Hey kids, what car do you guys?
Yes,
Dad,
the freedom is that thing there. Yes, everything is there. But back home is not there. How you go to vote? if you can't have a freedom from your house. See, but we don't learn that. We don't learn that to start from the family. And that here, democracy, that's why we found there's a democracy. The dad say this, the kids say this, but it's okay. You're not going to be enemy. See, that is the key you should learn. The white become a different belief, but they are not enemy. As a different belief, it's a war. It's enemy.
So we have...
Don't talk to me again because I believe in something. Because I took different political party. We can't talk, it's become enemy. Here, politicians who are different parties, they sit place after work, they go have a beer together, they do things there. But back home, it's really to see those kind of things there. So it's the same what we are facing in our community. In our community here, we want to behave like the way we're behaving back home, which is not good. It's not good, man. It's not good for living in a toxic environment when we are growing, when you can see what is going to be good for each other. That's why you can't have an association which you put all together. We've got to have 5 or 3. But I beg my brothers, let's go to learn this mind high work. Or go look for coach. You need coaching who's going to teach you how to look after the leadership, because the community have different mindset to build them, to guide them. And you see, these things we do is just, they don't get paid. But it's just
like
as social things there.
As you're talking, I'm trying to unwind, and I'm like, okay, but Dad, why has the white community like this, and why are we like this? Like, we're the same minds. But then I start to think about it, like you said, the man in the house. Is this all coming back from our religions? Is it all coming back to that? Because the white man, they used to be like that. The white man, there used to be a period where it was that the man is this, this and this. So but they evolved. But like, if you look back, everything, even when we go back to what my daughter can wear, cannot wear, what the daughter can do in the house, cannot get a tattoo, whatever it is this all coming back from the foothold? Because I'm like, we're all on a level playing field. But you're right, I look back home with democracies, if someone is, I'm speaking with my girlfriend, I can't go outside because there could be a riot because of the elections. But we don't see that here in Australia. But there's democracy, but you're telling me there's people going on the streets to fight each other. Here in Australia, I don't think I've ever seen people going outside to burn and to kill because this person...
There's a Prime Minister, they changed it like 3 times. And the people didn't know who was the Prime Minister.
Why?
It's background.
Is it coming back from
individual?
That?
Yes, it's individual. So we've been brought to the community. And then other things, something which killing us is what we call culture. We call something culture. We can't change our culture. Who built that culture? People 100 years ago, what they taught the life was, it's what they put. But somebody has taught us, we can't change that. But the society is moving, is evolved a lot. So our culture, we have been delaying to change the culture. And this is the thing was set up by people that time.
Not our thoughts.
No, not our thought. And also, the thought, because they're changing, these people said to think, oh, let's change a little bit. Let's change a little bit. As you say, the white community changed, evolved.
They used to have those things. Even with gay people. In Australia, I spoke with my physio from Newcastle. He told me, he said, Eve, when I was young child, gays, blacks, it was forbidden. I used to see my mom.
They used to kill them.
But you see, they evolved. So we have within the African community, we're still having this thing, we're talking about culture. This is person's doing this, that's not right for the culture, it's against the culture. But the white man, they're building up the wealth. They're building up a stock market, building up economical things, but we're stuck on culture.
Even we do that, but so the culture is still burdened and still losing people's mind to feel their freedom, to do what they want to do, to work, to build the economy. Like, for example, that's why I say the reason we came to this country. When I was in Kenya married to your mom, we were already married, we have 2 kids. That time, because I was a man, I was not allowed to get Kenyan citizenship. And your mom, she was a Kenyan. But because the law, if a woman married a foreigner, that man, he can't be a citizenship. See? That could be like discrimination. Why? But that's how the law was. But if a Kenyan man married a Rwandese woman or another woman, so that woman, that times, he could be a citizen. See, now they change. But why they take long time to change it? See, and all we are Africans. We are African together. But you are African, you can't get permission to live in Africa continent. They keep saying, oh, we are divided, or these people, they are divided. We divide ourselves.
And you're, as a husband...
As African, as Rwandese, I could not be able to become a citizen of Kenya that period of time.
A citizen. And you're going to come into the country to build the economy, to pay tax?
Yes.
But
we have been doing that time. So now we had to come to Australia. See, Australia also, you come, there's a process. It's a white country. They give you identification. They give you the paper. They give you to travel. They give you everything. And guess what? You still call them racist.
You see, we're living in the greatest time to be alive, where you can use the power of social media, where you can get your voice out there, your brand. How can you put yourself in the front position? How can you use and utilize a media network to be able to build your brand? That is the mistake so many people make. They don't know how to build brand. They don't know how to use their voice and the art of communication to storytell. We have that platform, the Rubasha Family Podcast, made for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs, where you could utilize the power of social media to get your voice out there. You're gonna either do 2 things. You're gonna keep scrolling, or you're gonna take action and create history with the revolutionists. You have one choice. Don't be like the 98%. Take action now.
You wonder why they see, your people, when they call your people, they could give you identification. I had to come to the white people, the community. They give me identification. They give me life. They give me working. They give me raising their children. But it was hard even to love the country. It was even hard to love people. You still have thinking, these people did not love me, even though they did everything for you. Even the more kids now still have the same mentality. Why do you immigrate? The country give you everything. And you still hate the country. You still not uncomfortable what you have got. You see, maybe when you're kids, you don't know. But when you are older, you came, you know why you came. And you see, you get good life, you get work, you get everything there. You still not unhappy. You still not appreciate what you get. That's the change, guys. Let's we love where we immigrate. Let's we enjoy this. We call them, what do you call it? Adopted countries. See, they give me everything.
So,
but I was keep feeling and hate the country which give me everything, but the one who didn't give me everything, they're still there. But at least it's good they changed.
I think that is so profound when you think about it. You, as an African Rwandese man, could not get a visa in a in a neighboring African country, but you come all the way to Australia, a white man's land, and they give you a visa, they give you a home, they take you in. But we still call and complain about racism.
Yes, that times, even though they give us everything.
And you couldn't get it in your home, in your home continent.
See, that's how your mind works. When your mind take you back, say, why, hang on, look, everything's there. A place you feed your kids, a place you educate your kids, a place, everything's there for you. See? It's in the mind. Your mind is still telling you, this is not your place. It's your mind who tell you, oh, go back where you're coming from. And you know you can't go back there. And you meet somebody, a white person there on the street, say, hey, go back where you're coming from. And then you get angry, you know? Or you get somebody who's a junkie, you say, hey man, what are you doing here? Go back where you're coming from. And then your mind tell you, anyway, what? You see? That's how mind works. But if you know your mind works and you have everything, those people who tell you those kind of things, you have a better life than them. But you go to think they are taught, and they are told they make you, you know, hey, they can't. This the thinking we taught in the mind.
Mm-hmm. And then not only that, let's say you go to a job interview, and because of rejection, which is you're going to experience that everywhere you go, but because now you're in a foreigner's land, you call that racism. I was at an event and I couldn't, because I'm older and I'm experiencing life more, and I'm seeing how this racism, it's literally a distraction. Oh, but racism, and it was like we just kept complaining about racism. But it's just like, you're so right. It's so true. And then you're going into places because now you're thinking it, and something happens, or oh, I'm not getting an opportunity, or this and this because of the color of my skin, or certain comments. It is
you build it in your mind.
It's in your mind, and now that it's in your mind, it's there. It's an awareness. Of course, when it comes up to situations, it's a barrier. But if you don't allow it to be a barrier, you walk in there, you know you're a God. The Bible says you are made in the image and the likeness of God. There's no skin color in that. It doesn't say you're made in the black image. You are made in the image of God. So when you know the image and the likeness of who your creator is, there's no skin color, there's no such thing as racism.
So the other thing, guys, we have to stop is to be victim. You have been a victim enough. We have been a victim for everything. Even though our life could be better improved, we see the victim. You see also there's white society also keep making us to be victim.
They're smart.
Yeah, they're smart. So there's the people who keep making us to be victim, who keep thinking, oh, you are vulnerable, oh, sorry, or those things there. You see? Those, they just keep putting you down to feel are different. So we have to change through our mind. Our mind is which make you change. A place where you live 24 years, a place which feed you, a place where you pay tax. It's your land. It's your land like anyone else. Australia is the name a white person put there, but this is the land of God. Yes, you don't care what it is there. It's your land, it's your place there. So is the place where you're born, or is a place where you feed your children, which become stronger? For me, I think whatever you feed your children, where you pay your tax, where you produce anything there, it become home. That's how it should be. See, that were those fanatics. Those fanatics for countries mean nothing. These things say, oh, we are like that, we are like that. If don't worry about them. All those things they say in this country, say, oh, we are like this, we are like this, oh, my country like this, it's mean nothing. It's mean nothing. And those cultures and those thinking not to change is what the barriers, and it's just there in the mind. Because the end of the day, you have to feed your stomach. And after that, what will happen? Everybody will die the same.
The same. See, the rich man, the white man, whatever, they die the same. You said something like before in a post I saw on Instagram. You said, Africans, you know the feeling of what it's like to get a visa here. What did you mean by that?
What I mean is that it's when you were in Kenya, when we were doing business, everything didn't work. So we had issue. Now, because our safety, financial wasn't work there, it's why they decided to come to Australia. So now, to come to Australia, or everywhere in Europe, you have to get a visa. And to get visa as Africans, it requires a lot. So you have to go to pray to God. You know, you have to go to anything there. So this is the gift of God to get a visa to go to another country. See, that is how African men, God, our God, we don't know how we continue to work with him. To get just visa to move in God's land, you have to go through a hassle. But as you are lucky, your mom was working with Kenyawese, we got visa. But again, luckily, now when you go back, I didn't have passport, which didn't have any visa. But luckily, the immigration officer, because I was married to your mom, she said, oh, I was depending on her. But do you know why we get that visa? Because your mom, her mind, she knew she wanted to come to Australia. She knew she's going to get visa without anything else. That is why the immigration officer asked the question. We didn't have the answer, but she answered that question herself.
The immigration lady?
Yes. And because of that is how that mind connected. He see a family, came there, and then he like us. We present everything there, and you look, oh, maybe he's dependent on you. And we say, yes, that is how mind of God work. But why is that? Because your mom, she already knew we want visa to come to Australia no matter what. It was in her mind. So that's why the officer asked a question and then she answered the question.
So when they asked the question, you guys couldn't
know what
answer.
to say.
And then he looked emotional
at the passport.
connection.
Maybe he didn't see the connection, but he saw us, we look at each other, we could answer. He said, oh, yeah, maybe she depend on you. Straight away she went to say, come Wednesday to get visa. You see? That's how mind works. That's how connection works.
No skin color.
No skin color.
No.
So that is why when you go to the office somewhere, you go to the counter, somebody's nice to you, everything there. It's that mind connection. And you see somebody connect to you and entering. Yeah, that's how it works. Sometimes also when you are presented well, so that attraction is the key, is a secret. You go places, look presentable, look neat, connection works. The attraction and your presentation is the key. It changes your life. People say, oh, you don't read book by the cover. No. People read the cover. And then before they read the book. So always your cover have to be good. And she get us visa. So now to get a visa, it's okay. It's God. So wow. It's a gift. It's a dream. See, there is no a white person who think to get a visa in Africa is a dream. No. But African, it's so true. Because for us, it was a dream to get a visa to come to Australia. But there is no white person who go to think to get a visa to Africa is a dream. So to come now to Australia, to stay, to live, is not easy now. There's another stage you go in to get permanent resident. Yes, that is another key. So a permanent resident took a long, long time. It rejected by immigration officer, it rejected, it took times. And then when you rejected like that 2 years, we live in life of anxiety. With the church, with everything there, we didn't know. See, because if you don't have visa, you can't work, medical, everything.
Really?
So you didn't know because you're a kid, see? That's why you are living that life in innocence. You didn't know.
Me, I'm playing.
You are playing Mr. Church. That time you go to be church, our mind, you never sleep.
And my parents, they could then hell in their minds in survival mode.
For 2 years in hell, in survival mode. How we go to stay thing there? See, we are like we had church, Mr. Brown, everything there, support, everything there. But that's 2 years. He was in hell.
Not sleeping.
Yes, not sleeping. And you see, there's people happening them now. That is a day life. You don't feel anything. Money mean nothing if you don't have permanent resident of Australia. Job, working mean nothing if you don't have a permanent resident of Australia. You live like a zombie, Eve. 2 years.
And then, like you said, even I'm walking with you, maybe you're going through hell. Dad, I'm hungry. My stomach doesn't know as a child that my parents are
They
living
don't
in
have visa.
We don't have a visa.
Yes. Even your stomach, it doesn't care if you have permanent visa or you don't have it. You know? And then when they send you a letter, they say we are rejection to you, and then you have to go back where you're coming from. And you can think to go back and say, wow, see, now are you going to sleep? No. See? But as I say, your mom always has mind you go to get a visa. So the time, the first, you know, when they rejected, we had party to celebrate. And then we didn't get it.
So you guys were thinking, oh,
Yeah,
we're getting the visa.
Yeah, we organized party. But we did party, even though we didn't get it.
Oh, you did it anyway. Good.
We did anyway. See, but miracles, that's what I'm saying, mind works. Your mom, she knew. She never questioned. She said it's a matter of time. Another miracle happened is the visa. Now when it rejected, so we are supposed to go to High Court. But as we didn't want to go to High Court, we didn't know. But our lawyer knew to go to High Court, we have chance. She went, she wrote document as we didn't know. Yes, because the time it was going to end, she went to write document without knowing. And they said, why? You know, we get angry, we didn't want to go to court, to law court, we need to go to the minister so he can make us quick. But her, she knew we have a strong case. And then after like a week, man, we win the case.
But you see,
it was mom's your mind. Your mom mind knew we were going to stay.
But you see, like when I'm listening, I'm just like, wow. You know, we talk about Jesus, you know, oh, Jesus come and save us. Jesus performed miracles. That was a miracle performed by the Jesus and the God within mom.
In mom's mind.
And I'll tell you also why. Because the fact that you guys threw a party, you didn't get it, but you still celebrated that party and enjoyed that party as an act and as an embodiment of it's already here. It's a matter of time. Yeah. So even the act of you guys partying in a rejection is denying your reality, just like the same way the slave, and maybe unconsciously, the same way the slave denied his reality, says, I'm not a slave, I'm a free man within the mind. You guys had the party within mom's mind that was so, it's just a matter of time.
Always her mind, she didn't worry about things.
And so she created it.
Yes, she created it.
There was nothing outside of her.
I can see after learning this in my mind, this is how it worked. See, but the fear always is there. So if you learn not to have that fear, it's the key. Because you know this is going to happening thing there. So because you see the problem, to have fear, it make you live in hell. But if you remove the fear, you live like normal, life will become even much better. But you see, we don't know. Always we live in fear. See, that was the guys. You see, when you know the story, when you know the thing there, you intend to love now the country you live in. You intend now to love the country immigrant. You intend to love the country which you adopted. But as now, because now we grow, now we start learning much better. We love it better. We can defend it because they give us life. You have life. See? That's why you love what God has given to you. Your mind is what give it to you. This is yours. This is God give it to you. Your mind give to you. No one can tell you anything. No one. You see, now mind change. When I walk, no one can tell me bullshit anymore because it's my country like anyone else. And it's how you feel, not other people what they feel and what they think because you're black and things. No, this is the country you live in there. You follow the law. If you don't follow the law, you get punished. They don't give anything because anything. No, it's how it works. You do good things. No one is going to punish you because you did good things. No. See, you live, you enjoy. You work. You have things there. You enjoy. You have money. You travel. You do everything like anyone else does. You see, that the freedom could bring changing there. Maybe it's going to come back home. Maybe no one knows. But the change which I'm trying to motivate people through my experience, through my knowledge, is to change individual, to change children, to change our mothers, to change our fathers, to change each individual. And the individual can change the community. Because this world is going to be there for a long period of times. But the way it works, you start from individual. We're not here, my motivation, my inspiring my brothers, sisters, Africans, not to change the community. No. 1, 2 families, 3 families, it's enough. That's how we should be bringing to people. See? From gossip to inspiration. From the doubt to believe. From the hate to love. From the fear to abundance. That's how life should be. So that is the change of mind. So the mind moves you from the fear to faith. You know, you live in faith. When you live in faith, everything you see it. The good thing to live in faith, you live life. You don't live in anxiety. Even though something don't have it, but because you know you go to get it, you enjoy it.
It frees you.
Yes. Than living, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. See?
But at the same time, when you think about it, the fear is also faith, but faith in the negative. You see that, I learned that another thing as well. What is fear? Fear is thinking, what about if it doesn't happen? You're imagining not getting the visa. You're giving faith. That's faith into the negative. You're imagining and you're giving energy into what you don't want. Then there's fear. And then there's faith into what I do want.
Yes.
So I have faith. So fear is faith in the negative.
Yes. So the good things now, the bad things for the fear now, it doesn't make you live. You live in hell. Because you're going to get it anyway. But you live in the fear
of hell.
Yes, in the hell. But at the end of the day, you're going to get it. Imagine now, if you know you live in abundance, in faith, and then you get it, you lose nothing. See, that's a different life.
You just go through the journey.
Yes.
You go through the journey.
So that what mean is, you don't have money, but you live your life. So you don't know what who has $1 billion. It means nothing. Because somebody who has $1 billion, he doesn't buy. He already bought everything in his life. Do you know what's going to eat? Sandwich. What is in sandwich? Beetroot, tomato, and cucumber or something there. And then mayonnaise and everything there. That is the food for everyone in everywhere. The same food a millionaire eat. Because when you get older, you can't even eat much. See, that's why you see those things, it doesn't bother you. Because nothing to do with you. But it makes you feel your life is something there. So that's why they change. So the change is to inspire our people. So that's why I realized, that's why I come in. When I learned these other communities, they've been inspiring for their community for 1900. When you look at that book for Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, when you see this Never Goddard, they started in 1900, motivating people, teaching people. The people they're motivating, the people they're inspiring, they are worse, they are billionaires because they want to keep that thing there. So that's the thing we're going to bring to the community. I'm inspiring you by faith, by my knowledge, by my experience. And the work, you change. I used to think to inspire people, you have to have something. No, it's in the mind. So the mind change.
You know, I think to end it off with this, something that you said in this episode, and like you said, now I'm unwinding. You said a leader. So you had in your imagination, what would it be like to start a podcast and be able to teach these things that I'm teaching in my life to other people out there? That was in you, an individual. You didn't say it to a group. You never said it to a community or 4 or 5 people. Said, hey guys, when we start a podcast to inspire everyone? You didn't know. You then looked and said, who is another individual that is on the same frequency, or who I can also transmute my imagination to them? You came to me. Straight away, that imagination of what you said, it resonated with me. There was no division. Just like what you said, a leader has an idea, he has something in his imagination, he brings another like-minded individual, they
Mastermind,
create
they call mastermind.
Now, look what we've been able to build this platform to.
Yeah, so it's the same. If you want to grow, so you got to bring other mastermind. Somebody who will be dealing with electronic,
we need, you know,
or cameraman, all those things. Everything started there.
We have someone on the team who helps edit. Shout out to Tyrone, okay, cool, let's do this, and he sees the vision, and we go. But it's like you just said it, and it's so true. And so now you're leading through your actions, you're leading through this. So now this type of conversation can now inspire that next person who's watching this, who says, yes, I can start a podcast. Imagine I've been living in fear, or we've just been having conversations and gossiping in this low frequency, but hold on, maybe even if we're going to gossip, let's go do it on camera. Let's go build something out of it. You can gossip, but come and do it on camera.
Yeah, so like now I can tell my association people together on camera. So I don't know, whatever they take it's theirs, but it can change them. See, because we are looking solution. For me, solution, our African leaders in the association community, go to look coaches, learn this mindset, learn how to deal with community. And I'm sure they got to put together. There's no point to have 100 people with different association. It doesn't make sense. See, if we don't love ourselves, how white people they go to love us? How other communities go to love us? None. You love yourself, you love your family, and the community will love each other. As black, as Africans, man, if we love each other, they will go to come. See, we are going to do a race horse as African. We go to enjoy it. We go to enjoy what this world is giving. We enjoy what the culture is there. We look the view, we do things there. You enjoy like your own. See, and when you do that, other community loves you. Other community come to you because they can see you love each other. They can see you are united. Guys, let's be united. When we're united, the other communities go to love us. But you remember when I came here before, we could say anything good to Africa. Of course, if you say bad things to Africa, who's going to respect you? None. But I change. I have to be motivated. I have to motivate other people also. To tell them the good things for the society. To tell them what we need to change. And then they could understand it. There's nothing wrong. We used to think, oh, we are bad. No, we are not bad. We are in the state which is maybe is different. But we are the same people. You know, people be in different state, and you think because you're in the bad state is who you are. No. And you see, like this teaching, the motivation. No one listened the same time. You see, never God had teaching many people long time ago. But many never followed him.
Until later.
Yeah, they were even many against him until the end of their times. See? That is why their teaching never went out. If it was not this social media, this YouTube, we could not listen to them. Because you could have support to read the book, which there are times to read the book was a hard thing to do. But these social media, these platforms, they make us easier to the people. Otherwise, who the hell will go to listen? Never go that. Or Reverend Ike.
No one.
See, Reverend Ike, he was a black person who teach people to believe themselves, to know their God. But they refuse. They follow the Christianity which is put him in the hell every day. Majority choose that. Even as we choose that, until we know there is something different. Everybody got to have awakening. Yeah. We're not going to be awakening up at the same time. Why? Because everything transaction. Economy is feeding. See, the bad habit or anything bad happen to you do, if you are alcoholic, it's not bad because you are making somebody to be rich. You are making somebody also to feed you, to do things there. Everything you do, every bad habit pays somebody salary. So why do you call it bad? No, you have to have that period. You could have a period for 10 years drinking, and you don't drink for free, and God always going to give you money to go to drink. Have a taste. God never stopped me giving money to buy my beer since I left in Rwanda, in Kenya, in Australia. Every time I ask God, my mind, the money for beer is there. Why? Because you love it. It's what you think. It's what you dream it to get it. You go to get it.
And that's what I was just about to say. And that's what I realized. And it's because I've been also doing my reading. And he was saying in the book where addiction stems from. Do you know where addiction stems from? From the imagination.
Yeah.
Like you said, you will always get it. Why? Even if you're addicted to something. It could be anything. People addicted to porn. People addicted to alcohol. It starts from the imagination. And in the book he said, you can tell yourself all day, I won't drink, I won't drink, I won't drink, I won't drink, I won't do this, I won't do this. But the imagination is the more dominant.
Yes.
It's the more, he said it's the more dominant, dominant thing. So the imagination rules over than anything you could tell yourself.
Yeah.
So the same thing as addiction, the same thing. He goes, I'm successful, I'm doing. If your imagination is seeing,
is powerful.
If it's seeing you're poor or you're broke or you're seeing your imagination, it's not enough. The fear,
even if you
those
don't,
things you say,
even if you don't have money, but your imagination is there to have a beer, you go to get it. You're coming from work, you go to train station, and straight away your friends there. Hey, I haven't seen you for a long time. Where you going? Come, let's. You have no even $1. If you go to drink until you go home, just wonder. That is how it worked because it was imagination. You know, I remember one day, a long time ago, we were in Kenya with my friend called Damian. We have been working.
Hey, let me tell you a story. One day I decided to take a family holiday and I left my mobile data off for about 5 minutes. I was charged over $500 when I saw my phone bill. What? I could not believe it. But the good news is, here at the Rubasha Family Podcast, we're all about effective solutions. How can we make great decisions, have that freedom, be able to give value to your life so you can learn from my experience? This video is sponsored by Airalo. Now, Airalo is the first eSIM company that gives you a SIM card digitally from anywhere in the world. So you can avoid those high roam charges. So you can now travel with freedom. You can travel with enjoyment, knowing that you are covered, knowing that you have everything within you. This is fantastic news, guys, and we're so proud to be able to provide and add value to your life. No matter where you are in the world, an eSIM digitally. No more high roam charges. What are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and it'll take you to get your eSIM today.
even maybe it's you don't want to steal something, but if you have it in your imagination that you need that thing, and what's going to happen is your imagination will be so dominant that what is it like if I have that thing? That's how you can go and steal, or you go and do something. You go and take the alcoholic drink. You've been trying. You've been sober. You've been working on your diet. You know, I've been focused on vegan. When you drive past somewhere, you see maybe McDonald's, then your imagination starts to see a Big Mac in its mind. Those things of diet and everything you've been practicing 6 months, it may shut just there.
Yeah, so that is now how this
The mind.
And
Wow.
then where a white person has made a good invention all his times, where he makes money, he learns how to market everything he does. A white person has put his hands on marketing for everything that he becomes successful. That is why he's so successful. He markets everything he does, good or evil.
Or evil.
He had to market it. Like even, for example, Bible, they marketed Bible everywhere. Bible is in each language you could imagine in the world.
Good or bad, they market it.
Yes, they market it.
You have food. Look at McDonald's. Maybe you know this food, it's not gonna maybe help someone's body, but you market it.
Look, let me tell you something which is funny. In Africa, we've been vegetarian for most of the times. People, they're stronger because they eat vegetarian. But now a white person knew this is health food. It's health. That's why people still survive. Now he's marketing it, he's calling it vegan. Now Africans want to eat vegan, and we have been vegan for all our life. But we didn't know because we don't know how to market it. When they say vegan, what is vegan is? It's a vegetable. But he's packaging, he call it vegan. He's making there, he's selling everything there. He's telling people what to eat. And we have been eating this for generations, but we didn't know this were eating our health.
And then you have and that's why there's even still so many vegans who are very unhealthy. But because it's the power of marketing,
yes.
You know, the vegan.
People change, you can't do anything there. See, that's why I came again, what called natural, we are talking about natural belief, natural health. It's what you eat, normal food, normal water, without marketing. That is the health God has created. Because God knew if people who are rich, they go to be living well, he could be not unfair. See, that is why you eat beans and potato, you go to be healthy than anyone eat steak. That is how it works. Water itself. Walking, it's exercise. People who never knew walking was exercise. But because they don't have car, they have to walk. But they didn't know they were building their body, their physical body to be strong.
Like I see so many people in Africa,
yes.
Because they don't have, they walk, they're old.
So they thought it's bad. But it's why they survive. They become strong and strong and strong.
You see the
build children. They build children with strong immunity. Everything's there. Is it because that 5 kilometers is natural?
You see in shags, the grandmothers, they're old, but you can't even see. Yes. I see in Kenya, you know, and
they don't get sick.
No.
Go there, vegetable, eat, thing there, once meal a day.
And the million here, or the people here, middle class people here, people who have money, they're sick. But I see in Kenya, old people, even people, a lot of people, they don't have jobs, so transport is hard. They walk 60, 70, 80, 90, young, they're very, very healthy.
Yes. So it's natural.
Natural.
Yeah. So it's not everything the same. Your happiness is natural. Something you have in yourself, your beauty is natural. See? But they go to market you. When you are black, put a product to be brown. You see? You forgot your beauty is natural, but you have to buy products. It's mind. Your mind telling you, oh, do this. You go to do it. See, love is natural.
And it's so crazy, even within African culture, that thing of Africans bleaching their skin. You know, you look in the mirror, which is something so natural. But like you said, whether it's the white man or whoever, put it in the collective mind. You put it in the collective mind to be beautiful is to be light. So you don't truly love yourself.
Because you love yourself, but because the product is there, there's something there. They market it good in your mind, and you think this is best for me, and then you do it. But see, that's why we go to camp to teach our kids. Your beauty is natural. Keep it that way. Keep that black beauty yourself. You go to get whatever you want. You go to be whatever you want. You go to have whatever you want. We have to teach them. No one has teaching those mothers not to do that. Marketing tell them to do that. So that's why we come this natural belief teaching. Be natural where you are. Do things where you are. Go have your normal beer where you have. Eat 1 meal a day. Go for a walk. Your beauty is you're beautiful, is who you are.
Make sure you guys head over to Uscreen, sign up. Black ass nigga like Akon.
Thank you, guys.
I'm my mama's son.
See you for the next time.
See you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Guys, this was a fantastic episode. We're looking very sharp in our wonderful suits. Guys, all the suit companies, hey, look, we're doing the thing. Your presentation is the most important thing.
We should take a photo.
Yeah, we will.
A nice photo.
Presentation is the most important thing. You see us, ties, shirts. Guys, companies, look, if you want people to be able to market your brand, send out a positive message that can encourage, inspire, and look good while doing it. Come on, man.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.